Okay, we are ready! I decided to dress for the occasion. Anyway, we are watching Depa, it's Ash versus Yugi. Oh boy, this is gonna be exciting to see. From what I gathered, this is only Ash and Pikachu versus Yugi and I guess one of his guys. So this is gonna be really interesting and I'm very excited to see where this is going. This is gonna be a very exciting episode. I love Ash as a character. I mean, there's a lot of split opinions about that. Some people love him, some people really hate him. Like, not just hate him, like really hate him with a big passion. I personally really like him. I grew up with anime, the original anime. I watched every single episode. So I should be very knowledgeable when it comes to what Ash can do. But of course, there's also been quite a while ago since I watched the earlier episodes. And you know, the show, the Ash Ketchum show ended like a year or so ago. No, at this point it's actually been maybe 3 years ago at this point, maybe. Has it really been that long? 2 or 3 years, maybe? So I think it's gonna be very exciting to see what this episode's gonna be like. Of course, I did not really know Yugi that much. I did watch a show as a kid, something about someone. I think it was something to do with car games. I don't know if it's the Yugi or something, but it could have been a different show. But I just remember him losing and then went on to go on to play football instead. I don't think this is related to Yugi, but it could be. So Ash is no beast. I mean, no pushover, I mean, he's a beast. He can hold Pokemon. That's quite heavy, like they're nothing. He can run and throw a giant log, basically. Of course, he also has his trusted Pikachu, which is no pushover either. His Pikachu has won on several occasions. He defeated Latios, or was it Latios? The blue one. Or pink, one of them. He defeated Darkrai, though that wasn't entirely Pikachu, that might have been Sceptile, if I remember correctly. But he also did defeat the Latios. I think that was what I'm thinking of. Latios or Latios, one of the two. Yeah, that battle ended up in a draw, but he did manage to win. He didn't win that particularly though, just checking. 50 seconds, okay. So he didn't really win that league, but he has also been a lot more stronger since then. He caught a lot of great Pokemon. I have a feeling we won't be seeing his other Pokemon, though it will be cool to see Ash Greninja and maybe Sceptile and Infernape and stuff, but I'm not counting on it. So it seems like it's just Ash and Pikachu. But I do think Ash has this one. But then again, I heard Yugi has some really bullshit power, so let's go into the analysis and see who can win this, okay? Alright, we are about to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And I'm recording, good. Really awkward.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay, let's go. The Ash was holding a Pokeball. Does that mean he will be using more Pokemon? Guess time will tell. But it seems like that. Oh, whoa. Okay. Okay.
To find out who would win a death battle.
He will be using more Pokemon. Nice to know.
This is a big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for helping us make it happen.
Okay, interesting to start with an ad.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon.
Yeah, one of the best franchises in my opinion. I mean, I personally love this franchise.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master, though he didn't really know what that meant.
Age 10 for 25 plus years. Yeah.
Like no one ever was. Better than Gary.
Now there was one episode where it was a year between him meeting Pikachu, so technically it should have been at least 11, maybe 13, 14 by the end of the show, but then again, consistency. But then again, it doesn't really matter, I guess it's just a show. People don't tend to age in this type of shows.
is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes, and the cornerstone of 2000s culture. Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon, but in a fight,
Yeah, in
Ash
some
uses his
generation
Pikachu.
series,
Give
yeah,
the yellow
in the
red
latest
enough
ones.
voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet
Yeah, this
somehow
Pikachu
Ash
is
just
OP.
fine after
Like,
repeatedly getting
If
zapped
there
by
is
this
a most
electricity.
powerful
Over time,
Pokemon
Pikachu learned
out there
Volt Tackle,
who is not
Electro
Mewtwo
Ball,
or,
and
you know, the
Pikachu
literal god
is
himself,
Thunderbolt, the
Arceus,
perfect attack for
or something like that, it's probably Ash's Pikachu. Specifically Ash's Pikachu itself.
Clearly, the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when Pikachu
No, it
shot
clearly doesn't.
himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they used thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast. Whee!
Speaking
Yeah.
of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As the
Yeah.
great philosophers
He's
put it,
kinda crazy,
if it
but-
works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few.
Just-
Underneath the stubbornness
Never
and
mind.
crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's
Yeah, there's had a lot of loyal
They're not
friends
just
throughout the
collecting
years.
dust in a
My
shiny
personal
hunting box.
favorite is
Ash's
Dawn and
big ID
Serena.
won't let him carry more
I
than
just love
6
them.
at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras.
I mean,
are
if you
key
don't
in
look
Seafarer
away from,
fights,
you know,
and Ash can combine their water attacks.
If
with
you don't look
Blaze
at Brock
Ice
himself,
One
of course,
time,
Brock is
Weasel
just
got frozen
a
while
ladies'
using
man.
Aqua Jet, which is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with synthesis.
Well, I guess you're gonna see a lot of Pokemon in this one. You're not gonna be limited to just 6, are we?
Eat this leaf blade, Smeargle victim.
Yeah,
Or
Sceptile was
that's
one
what
of
I
the
would
kids.
say if
Yeah,
Tobias
this
didn't
this
actually play
trainer,
freaking
Tobias, I
Latios.
think his name
I'm
was.
gonna win for
Holy
kids.
god, my
kids just
gosh,
did the
this guy is
localization. They didn't write
strong.
the show.
We
Yeah,
still
they
don't
just
know
give
what
me
these other
heat.
Pokemon are.
Almost as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my
Inferno to
revenge,
Ash
and
Greninja
then
before
send a
Ash
roar.
Greninja.
Ash had a fiery passion
Pretty
for
much.
reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing
Well, not
competitive
always.
attacks,
He started
Ash
up being
lost
kinda
the Viridian
cocky,
Force
I
to
guess
the
you'd call
trees
it.
and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow.
They
of
didn't
Pokemon.
defeat,
Charizard's
Mewtwo's
so strong,
evil
his
charge
flamethrower
out
melts
though.
boulders. The
But then again, at the
Pokemon
time,
world is
as
wild.
Mewtwo said
Ash's
himself,
Pokédex
your
spelled
Charizard
out.
is
Vanillix
poorly
causes
trained.
blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space.
And they definitely become a lot
Duskmar
stronger
pulls
since
souls
that
into
movie.
the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch
Okay,
them
they are
all.
counting the movies
Perfect
into account
foot of
there.
green
So
Heracross Dragon,
anything in the
Dragon
movies
Rock,
Ash has been in.
Torkoal Snivy.
With new
Because that was
regions,
definitely
so
a
are
movie
new
thing.
flying types like Pidgeot. On land, Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical? Look at Ash. This twerp
Yeah,
somehow
this guy
turned
is-
around to Cosmoem, which
As I
ironically
said
weighs
before,
over
he's a
ton.
beast.
Oh, and this huge log
Yeah,
that's
like that, the
basically
huge
a
log.
tree,
He
chucked it
ran
like
and
was
threw it.
nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with reflect.
Yeah, technically it's his
Screaming
mother's
psychic.
Pokemon,
Yep.
but you know, he did
That
use
Mr.
it at some
Mime,
point,
the
so.
stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
This Jackal excels
Yeah.
at CQC.
This
and shoots
Lucario is pretty
steel
awesome,
beams and
though.
Aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges.
Yeah, he can't
enough
only
to
just use
beat
Mega
champion
Evolution. He
Cynthia's
can also use
Guard Shot.
Gigantamaxing
Would've been
and
handy at the
C-moves.
Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros.
Yeah,
And he
that's something he
keeps
did.
Hugging them. Ash, They're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again.
Yeah, but it did win the last 2 times. Started with Alola, and then, of course, the one who defeated the champion
He
Leon.
knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to
Yeah, Ash
synchronize their
Greninja.
senses and movements,
You need to see that.
transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with
That
a
was
huge
such an
power
awesome
increase,
part of that
but there's a
anime.
catch.
I
Ash
really
shares
love the X and Y
Greninja's pain.
generation
Ash will race to
specifically
pay for the
because of Ash
ultimate water
Greninja.
slug
But it's also
Ash
because
Greninja
that
ran
is
the
also
ones
the
with
games I
Champion
bought.
Diantha's
The
Mega
first
Gardevoir.
main 9
And
games
just
I
a
bought.
normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Well, the first one I
Ash's
played, the
Pokemon
first one I
and
played was
teamwork get
probably
along like rice balls and jelly
I don't
filled
know,
donuts.
Red or
They
Blue or
saved
something.
The world from Lysander, who tried to kill
But
all
in
life.
over
They
which one I
fought the
played
giants,
first overall,
the Reggie
it's
kind,
probably
not
one of
the
those
New
spin-off
York
games like
ones. Who halted Reggie
Pokemon
Gigas,
Stadium
who
or
could tow
something.
entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no, Greninja still lost to his Charizard after
Yeah, but it
holding
was a
in
cool match,
3
though.
times.
If
How
his
does
Greninja
Blastoise
will
beat
just
Water
survive just a
Shuriken?
little
Get
bit longer,
your
it
type
could have
right,
won that
poor
one.
kids.
I'm pretty
Boom's
sure.
Four Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Hi,
Yeah.
Gengar. He haunts foes with G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
I wonder if they're
Ash
gonna
and Pikachu
use.
also scored a buff with their Z.
Yeah, I guess Pikachu
All they
was
need
allowed
is
to
a
use the
power
Z
ring,
move.
some JoJo poses.
Cool.
And Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah, this
Rainbow
mod is
Lightning
freaking
their
awesome.
ace. You see this coming?
And the anime
You're
itself
cooked.
made it pretty cool.
Absorb
I mean, the Sun and Moon anime
electricity,
itself
used
wasn't
with
the
an
greatest,
Ultra
but
Beast.
it has its
Ash
moments,
journeyed
and that
so
is one of
much
them.
that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, that is true. It did have Solgaleo for a while.
The universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and
Yeah.
friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally,
Leon.
Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids, let my boy win! Yes!
I mean, he did win before though, in the
Ash
Alola
did his
region.
best, and he had no regrets. Now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed
And it's
trainers.
technically not the first time he won. He won plenty of
Pokemon Master was someone who
smaller
was friends with
competitions
every
along the
Pokemon.
way.
So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed. Because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
Of course.
Many
Right.
of theorists have tried to solve the mystery.
Yugi,
of ancient
let's see.
Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious civilization?
Time travel? The divine hand? Aliens? Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yugi Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi was a shy
Okay,
kid that
we'll
helped
see what
run
kind
a
of beast this guy is. I heard it's a
But
beast.
little did he know that completing
has
the
some
puzzle
bullshit
would
power.
link his spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always
Some
willing
really
to lend
OP
Yugi a
powers.
hand,
But
and
we'll see.
always on demon time while doing so. He's anime Jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
Whether it's Griddle Air Hockey, Mario Party with Chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how, playing a children's card game.
And
Yeah.
for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality. forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodi... Oh, there they go.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him, but I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of lightning, and the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better.
Okay.
It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark Magician, and his apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
Both are masters of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have
also has
to. I
tons
mean,
of spell
it's...
cards. Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend. Turn Jump is a time skip. And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx, which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel,
Yeah, this guy
Yugi
has
and
an
Yami
interesting
kept
eye
swapping
patch.
souls, Freaky Friday style.
Is that like a robotic?
Up on the
It
strategies
kind of
they
looked like it
left
this
behind,
clip.
And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty run back against his rival.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods,
guess
Yugi and
so.
Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and
Okay,
Dark
so
Magician's
something
magic
that-
into Black Burning Magic.
Okay, so if he uses the cards right, he can
New
go
for the
past the
magicians.
god's limit.
In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar.
Will it work
Paradox.
against
It's kinda crazy that
Sagaleo?
together, the magicians
Sagaleo?
can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger
We'll
than
see.
mid-tier monsters that are 5
I
to
guess.
9
I
stars.
mean, I assume it
Mid-tier
could
cards
have
aren't
kind of had to,
pushovers.
but
Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black hole, planet alignment moves solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will duel monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't
Probably.
just make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I have a royal flush every round.
Whatever. Yami
Yeah,
rediscovered
that
his
is a good
Egyptian
point.
past, his
If
multiple
you can
lifelong
basically just
bonds,
decide
and
that
his real name.
to have the best
Playing
card,
his
and
place as the ruler
yeah,
of the
you're not
afterlife,
exactly
Atem
easy
used
to
the Egyptian god
defeat.
cards to summon Harakti, the creator
Plot
of
armor is
light.
all
He's
off the
ultimate
limits,
duel
basically.
monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of, screw you, I win.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse with that same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros. Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous, you're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career
Yeah.
in game design and passed
Maybe it's
the
too
torch
cool.
to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, another duel, another game, and you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
To be continued. Well, this is gonna be interesting. I really hope Ash wins, but based on everything here, I feel like Yugi might be the one to win here when you have some kind of card power or something that makes it have some more control, or the particular gods or something, I think they said. Something about the creation of his universe, which is definitely a big thing going for him. The biggest thing Ash has for him, though, is probably his own strength, his team, Pikachu especially, Lucario, Greninja. Even the whole thing about Dialga and Palkia is a really big thing. And he even crossed paths with Giratina at some point in the movie. I think there's been a while since I've seen any of those movies. I have missed a few movies though. I haven't seen all the movies, but I have seen all the episodes. I guess you could say that in the beginning of the anime, Ash was mostly just given his badges because they felt basically sorry for him or whatever, or because he did something heroic or something and reward him in that way. So there's that. The whole Ash and Spearow thing, I think was interesting back then too. Kind of mind-blowing and shocking, considering that it's not supposed to happen or even be possible. For some reason, his Pikachu managed to defeat a Onix with electric-type moves, so I think... So, there's a lot of inconsistencies back in the old days of the anime. But yeah, I think you can be very sure that the anime does not work the same as the games. They have a lot of their own type of rules. I mean, they still have a lot of similar rules to the games in terms of super effectiveness and that sort of thing, sword dance. But we rarely see stuff like the Pokeballs. I mean, there was that one episode though where we did get to see the Master Ball, but it failed because the whale, the wish wash, or whatever the Pokemon was, the fish Pokemon, swallowed it. Yeah, and aside from that, we haven't really seen any of the Pokeball types. I mean, we might have seen some being used by the trainers here and there, but mainly we have not seen them directly. The new one has shown more Pokeballs, and shown more very unique Pokeball exclusive to that anime. So there's that, but we're not counting that because we don't know if it actually even is a thing in that world. Anyway, the thing is, I think Ash's biggest trump card is Pikachu. I mean, it has to be Pikachu. I mean, his Pikachu is a beast. It's super powerful. Its power level is the whole reason why Jesse, James, and Meowth has been trying to catch it for so long in the first place, or more like stealing it. So, yeah, and of course, as awesome as certain other Pokemon are, his biggest trump card throughout Pikachu is probably Lucario and Greninja. Maybe Infernape, because they have the Rage mode and stuff, which is basically the Ash Greninja before Ash Greninja, but just without the transformation. Yeah, and then in fact, Ash also did catch Furry Tauros. And the only thing that's a shame though is that we no longer get to follow Ash, because it will be really cool to see how he reacts to the Paradox Pokemon. Just saying. I would like to see that at some point, but maybe we won't, because, you know, unless we get movies or something following the alternate version of Ash, like in the I Choose You movie, then we probably won't never see that. Yugi is just powerful. He seems really powerful. He has a lot of trump cards. He has some extreme luck. Though it's not much of a luck in his way. For him, it's more like experience. You know, he's just that skilled. I want Ash to win, but I have a feeling Yugi is going to be the winner. You know what? I'm gonna just go follow up my franchise and vote for Ash. Ash is going to win, and let's get over it. Alright. Are we ready to see how this ends? The foul death battle of this year. Okay, I'm nervous. I want Ash to win. I hope it does, but I have a feeling... Okay. My guess, Ash is gonna win, but I feel like Yugi is gonna be the winner. So, Ash, let's see, will you win this? I hope so.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've
Let's
run the
go.
data through all possibilities.
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating
Okay.
this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
It's
Okay.
time to
So they can do everything at once. Alright, let's go! Okay. I like the beginning. Assembling the old games. Let's go! Let's go, Pikachu!
You okay, Pikachu? This We're is tricky. Hang in there!
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my
Wow,
attack.
that was a deep
I
voice
set
for
one
Yuki.
card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now.
This Ash was is pretty much some point though.
Back him up!
I mean, maybe Yugi has that deep voice normally, but it works. It's just it just caught me a little off guard.
Good job! Now, Thunderbolt!
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise, Dimension Sphinx!
Alright, let's go!
Oh, I get it. Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Haha! Oh, look at them! Okay, cool. You brought every single one of them.
Guard, I choose you!
Alright, Charizard, let's go! I love Charizard, by the way. You know, this is definitely a cool alarm bell. I like that. I got Lucario! Oh, come on! Solgleo!
Aha!
You get the maxing? Come on! Yeah, there it is! Come on, Gengar! Whoa, okay, that was a cool shot. Oh my gosh! Say Gengar! Okay. Come on, Ash Greninja! Oh my gosh, his episode's actually really good.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now. I just need to believe in the heart of the cards.
Okay, there they are. Probably what will be his biggest trump card.
Haruxi, goddess of light! This is it! Magicians, flash burning magic! Haruxi, Joser!
Alright, Solgleo, come on. You can do it. Oh, the time stop ability. Yeah, that's the thing he has.
Pikachu, let's finish this together.
Okay, see move time, alright?
10 million volt thunderbolt!
You activated my trap card, Magic Cylinder! With it,
Oh yeah, that's that thing.
back to attack your life points directly!
Oh, it turned him into stone like in the Pokemon movie.
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
Yeah. This was basically what I expected.
Oh, my childhood. Whiz,
Yeah,
quick,
I
we
know.
need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot
Yeah,
to this,
come
so
on,
let's break
bring
it
in the
down by
tears.
experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people
Nice.
say, he wins a lot.
Even attempts
Yeah, he
stint
does.
as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience. But when it comes to
Nice.
strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win. Even
Yeah, he does that a
cannot
lot.
comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their
Yeah.
power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
But I know some of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong
Yeah,
enough to
he'd
chug
just-
trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well,
Hey, come on, just do
Yugi's
that.
Similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger
Yeah.
pool of monsters, but
This is
Ashes
Yugi.
can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tiers scale to Glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse, surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more Psychic Barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution, and so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had, and he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Yugi
and
had
this is an
cards
Ash's
like
anime.
Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers.
Even the
and
new
flaws.
one, I guess, is kind of
You know,
different.
banned Fate to draw whatever
We haven't
card he
seen much
wants,
about
and we didn't even cover
that
them
means
all.
yet.
Really,
We've seen them
Yugi's
have
deck has no
potions though.
pathetic cards.
Brock
Exactly.
specifically has used
Yugi's
potions in the
versatility
past,
and power
but
swept Ash's
some
options,
potions is
giving
not,
his monsters the
you
lead.
know,
He just needed the right moment.
it's not like they
to
don't
knock
exist
Ash
in the
over.
anime, but
That was a good attempt at a pun, Wiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
The winner is Yugi Moto.
alright, congratulations, Yugi.
Death Battle will be back in 2026, but right now you can check out our brand new channel. It's called Nightly Brew, and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, Blood on the Clock Tower, and other games that'll probably blow up in our face. So check it out right now, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks.
Okay, we don't get to see who's next. Oh, my childhood. Okay, so technically I was right, Yugi did win. Yeah, he was just that powerful. But you know what? I really enjoyed this episode. It was really good. Oh, it was really good episode. I really enjoyed this. Sure, my boy did not win. That's okay. That's happens sometimes. So this was a great episode. I really enjoyed this one. Okay, let's start with analysis, since we have no next time to talk about. I really enjoyed that analysis. 3 sponsors in this one. That was really interesting. I did really enjoy the analysis. It was really fun and exciting to listen to and watch and even learn a bit about Yugi. He definitely has a lot of trump cards on his side, that's for sure.
Pun entirely intended.
Apparently just trying to punch him would just be a little Mewtwo situation, I guess. So as I said, we won't have changed much apparently. But yeah, I guess it technically is right that once Ash loses Mime, no Psychic, no Mega Evolution, was using Lucario, using Gengar, you know, Gigantamaxing. Oh, well, it does have Dynamaxing though. Pikachu has Dynamaxed, but you know. Of course, we never seen him use the Terra for the Terra Max feature. Terraform? Terra Maxing? Something like that. We never seen him use that though. So it probably wouldn't change much though. I mean, you know, it's just not. You know, the show ended before you get to see if Ash was ever going to use that, and they probably will use it on Pikachu at some point. Yeah, even though Ash has won on multiple occasions, he even defeated and got a lot of trophies throughout the years too. He defeated. He became the Alolan champion, he defeated Leon, but it's still not enough to defeat Yugi. Okay, so this was a fun episode. I really enjoyed the animation though, and the animation was really good. It kind of just threw us right into the Death Ball, so, you know, the battle has technically already started by the time we saw it. Which is fine. They kind of set it up in a stadium, like a Pokemon type battle, so that was nice. We saw them on the screens, on the screen on the background there, as I saw. There was a lot of audience there, so it was definitely something. Yeah, he brought all 30 Tauros with him. He had... okay, this episode was just really good. I really enjoyed this one. I'm a little bummed that Ash did not win this one, but then again, I kind of saw it coming. So yeah, we don't know who's next though. I guess we have to wait and see. Next time is probably in February or something, so I guess we'll find out who's next in January, maybe. Possibly. I would be surprised if it's one of the others that we know about that ends up being one of the next. Either it's Groot versus Megamind, or the new one that was just revealed. The one with the Rider character. His matchup was just announced too, so who he was gonna fight, and then the winner of the all Champions Island stuff. And shame though, don't get to see my boy Pac-Man yet, unless he comes no matter what. It'd be nice to have him though around Halloween, but then again, around Halloween I would kinda like to see Mysterio with the Scarecrow. Though if Pac-Man does show up, I would like to see him show up against Luigi, but I also like to see him fight Mario because of the mascot. Because, you know, everything Mario's done, let's just say that, Pac-Man has done basically everything Mario has done. So, maybe except no, actually he does parties too. He does sports too, technically, because he does appear in all the sports style from time to time. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this episode by posting down in the comments below. And with that said, do you agree with this result? Do you wish it ended up differently, or do you do you really hate the idea of Ash turning into stone again? Because, you know, he did that in the movie and it was already a pretty sad moment there, so... Bring the tears, everyone. Let's bring the tears. Let's unstonify him and his team. Yeah, that was just a sad moment. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Me and Shoot96 signing out, and... I was about to say may the Force be with you, but that's the wrong franchise, but bye.